Hi guys, welcome back to Future Tech Era. My name is Naveen and today we're going to learn about Microsoft PowerPoint desktop tool. So we are going to understand that how to automate any type of desktop application using these things called Microsoft Power Automate. So that part we are going to learn right now. Okay. So basically what we're going to do right now, we're going to launch this things called calculator application using these things called Microsoft Power Automate. That's that particular desktop application we are going to learn right now. Okay. So if guys, if you are interested in learning this type of topic in these things called Microsoft PowerPoint, please subscribe and follow our channel and try to share with your friends who want to learn Microsoft PowerPoint free of cost and they want to start the career into these things called Microsoft PowerPoint tool. Okay. So please try to share with the people and that things we are going to learn one by one. Okay. So first of all, I'll try to share you the use cases. So how we can go for start these things called automation, what type of behavior of application you have to understand about any desktop application using these things called PowerPoint. First of all, what we'll do right now, we'll try to open these things called your calculator. Okay. So this particular application we are going to automate right now. That is very basic application we are going to automate right now. That is the calculator, guys. And here in this thing is called particular calculator, we are going to add two number. Okay. So we are going to add the particular two number like the 2 plus 2 equal to what I'm getting right now, that is the 4. That particular number we are going to extract from here. Okay, so that number, particular this number we are going to extract from here, that is the 4 number, and we are going to display using these things called display message box. Okay, so display message, we'll try to go for display. We'll write this data into this things called one notepad, and after that we'll try to go for close this application, that is the calculator application. This part we are going to understand right now. Okay, so first of all, what we'll do right now, we'll try to go for these things called launch my your Power Automate tool. So like this way we can go for launch. We'll try to click on this things called window and we'll try to go for launch this type of application. So what we'll do right now, we'll try to go for create the particular flow. What we'll do right now, we'll try to go for click on this things called new. So we'll try to go for create the particular new project. We'll go for click on this things called flow, and it's asking right now add a new. So I'm going to pass this things called April, like that, new program. Okay, so already you've created another name, so that's why I'm giving these things called April new program. Okay, so hardly it will take 30 seconds to do all these things, make ready, like that. It's showing these things called loading desktop flow, getting things ready. Okay, so it will take hardly 20 to 30 seconds. Right now we are available right now, and it's showing these things called screen. So this is your particular screen where you can go for start the development, and here on the top I'm getting right now, that is the PowerPoint April new program. I'm getting these things April new program, that is my project name, guys. Here I'm getting all these things, and left side you can see here, that is the action, guys. Okay, so action is very important in this things called PowerPoint. If you want to go for automate any type of application, whatever the desktop, web based, PDF, Excel, email, so you have to go for using these things called actions. We have to go for that. Right now I'm going for these things called take the actions to automate the in type of process. Okay, first of all, here I'm getting these things called subflows and main. Okay, please try to understand. If you want to go for automate using client, you can go for main. Okay, but if you want to go for create the new program, we can go for these things called new subflows. Okay, and here by default I'm getting these things called subflows 1. I'm going to pass these things called calculator desktop application. Okay, so that is the things called click on the save button. So I'm getting this things called name, that is the calculator desktop automation. And here what you have to go for that, here you are going to start your like that your with your particular actions. Okay, so first of all, what you're going for that, we are going to launch this application. So I'll try to take this things called run application. So what we'll do right now, we'll try to go for take this things called activity actions, that is called run application. Okay, so let me go for drag and drop, that is called run application. Here it's asking first of all, that is this things called application path. Okay, please try to understand these things. It's asking for you right now, that is the application path, means you have to provide these things called calculator path. Calculator path means what? That is C drive and your window 32. Okay, so that path you have to provide. So best way to go for that, that is things we'll go for search the window. We'll try to search this things called calc.exe. Okay, so I'm getting this things called calc.exe. I'm going for this things called open file location. Okay, so we'll go for this things called check this part, right click for this particular place, try to go for copy the path. Okay, and we'll go for this things called power automate, and there we'll try to paste. Okay, and here directly we'll go for this things called save. Okay, before going to save, I will tell you right now, here that is the variable produced, that is the application process ID. Okay, so if you want to change, we can change anything. We can go for this things called cal output. Okay, so if you want to change, you can go for change, otherwise by default it's fine. Okay, so process ID output, that is the click on this things called save. Okay, so like this way we can go for launch this application, that is the using this things called run application. After this particular first flow, first actions, what we'll do right now, we have to click on this things called number. So here that is the calculator. Let me open this things called calculator. And here what we'll do right now, we'll try to click on this things called any number. So what we'll do, first of all, we'll take this things called particular action, that is called click. Okay, so we'll take this things called click window UI element into window. Okay, and here it's asking for this things called UI element. By default we don't have any UI element, so right now I have to click on this things called add UI element. Okay, so what we'll do right now, we'll try to go for that UI element, and here let me go for that add UI element. Okay, so we'll try to click on this things called any number, so that is this things called 5 number, control, and we'll go for this things called left click. Okay, that is we have done. Click on this things called save button. Okay, after that what we'll do right now, again we'll try to open this things called calculator, and here I will take this things called click. Okay, so by default first time we have done, I am getting this things called window calculator, and then again I'll try to go for add UI element. Okay, so we'll try to go for this things called first plus. Okay, so we click on this things called plus sign. Okay, so what I'm right now, I'm getting these things called plus sign. Okay, so let me come here, and here let me go for this things called power automate. Okay, again we'll try to go for this things called take the plus, and we'll go for this things called select. We'll select window, we'll try to go for add your element, we'll try to select in number, that is called 2, control and left. So what we are getting right now, click on this thing called save button. Okay, so that is the number called 5 plus 2. Okay, again we are going to take this thing called click UI element. So we'll try to go for there, and we'll try to go for like that. Here we'll go for window calculator, we'll go for add UI element, and here equal to. Okay, so till now, if you're a beginners, if you're totally new for this thing called PowerPoint, till now we'll try to check these things. It's working perfect now. So we'll try to click on this things called run file, and there we'll try to go for check these things. Okay, so we are going for this things called, that is the number 5 plus 2 equal to. Okay, so till 7 we are getting perfect. Okay, so till your fifth what I can say actions, it's coming proper. Again right now what you have to go for that, we are getting, we have to take this particular number, that is called 7 guys. Okay, so we have to going to extract this number. So we'll try to search the particular actions for that. So we have a particular actions name, that is called get details. Okay, what you have to go for that, we are going for this things called get details of element in window. Okay, so we're going to take this things called get details. Okay, so here we'll go for this things called window calculator. Okay, and here we'll try to go for add element. Okay, so we'll take this things called 7 number, control and left. Okay, so we're going for this things called control and left. So wait for actions. Right now we have done, that is called text display is the 7. So automatically it will display these things called display is the 7. So we have done, and right now we'll take this things called one variable, one display message box. To display your data, I'm getting these things called display message. Okay. So by default here, I'm going to pass this things called message box. Okay. And here I'm going to pass this things called message to display. Please understand. Here I'm going to pass this things called your variable. So we are getting only two variable. That name is called your calculator output and your attribute value. So why we're going to take this things called attribute value, I will tell you right now. Let me select first. Okay, click on this things called save. If you want to close a message box automatically in 3 seconds, so we'll go for this things called save. Okay, so please understand that key details of UI element window, that is the output, is this things called attribute value. So that's why same variable we have passed into display the message box. Okay, again, what you have to go for right now, we are going to save the data into one particular window places. Okay, in directory, I'm going to take this things called write text file. What is that? That is called write text file. Okay, so it's asking where you want to save. I want to go for save this particular place called data. Okay, so here I'm going to pass this things called any, I'll select any documentation. So I'll try to go for this things called pass, and I'll try to change to this things called number. So I'm going to show you that is the cal output. Okay, and click on this things called save. Okay, so it will try to go for save the particular data. After that, what we are going for that, we are going to close this particular application. So for closing, we have a close window action. That is called close window. Drag and drop this particular actions. We'll try to go for by window UI element. Okay, so by default, we are getting these things. Here, I have to go for window. That is the calculator window. And here, I'll try to go for this things called add UI element. So we'll go for this things called add UI element. Right now, I'll try to go for control and left. Okay, that is done, guys. And I will click on this things called save. Okay, so here I'm going to run from here this things called run application. Let me go for check these things. It's working perfect now, guys. Let me go for run from here. So we are going to launch this application. So first number that we are going to pass, that is the 5. So we're going to click on this things called 5. 5 plus, and again we have a number that is called 2. So 5 plus 2 equal to 7. We are going to display these things called display equal to 7. Okay, so that is perfect. Message box and this things called displays message. And right now we have closed this things called this calculator program also. Okay, so it's already closed, and till now it's working perfect whatever I have done. So guys, we are going to understand right now is here till now it's working perfect. But again, client is saying that whatever the by default your particular window is. Suppose that I'm talking about these things called right now with 3 window of these things called calculator. So whenever you're going to start this particular program, it's already launched these things called 3 window, but by default it will launch these things called new window of the calculator. It will launch your 4th particular window. So now what you have to go for that, if you are going to run this program, first of all, create the program like that. First it will close your all the window of the calculator, whatever that is 1, 3 or 5 or 100 or infinite. So try to go for create the program like that. It will close your automatically your previous window. Okay, so we have one particular action that is called terminate process. It means immediately stops a running process. Let me go for drag and drop your particular terminate process, and you have to keep all these things on the top. Okay, so it can go for close all these things. I'm getting this thing called process name. Here I'm getting this things called process name. Here to pass this things called calculator app, you have to select these things, and here to go for click on save button only. Okay, so that is the things. If you complete, try to go for click on save. Okay, so always try to go for save your program. That I'm getting this things called status, that is a saving workflow, that is saving flow. Let me go for run this program. So guys, you can see right now we are getting these things called 3 window of these things called your particular Microsoft desktop tool. Okay, I'm going for this things called run from here. First of all, what it will do, it will close your all the particular window, either 3 or either your infinite, and after that you'll try to go for launch this application using the run application, and it will go for complete one by one. 5 plus 2 equal to 7. And right now we'll go for these things called display these things, display equal to 7. Okay, we are getting perfect. It will try to go for write this data into these things called presses. And if you go for window right now, here it's already closed. You can see it now. So overall, we don't have any particular applications that is calculator that is not like that open right now. It's closed your all this three window. After that, it's launched your new window of the calculator, and after that, the program is completed. And right now, that is things called we have done right now. Okay, so like this way, we can go for create any type of desktop application using these things called Power Automate. Your particular actions will be same: run application for launching these things called desktop application, close window especially for this thing called closing and type desktop application, and terminate process that is for these things called terminating your window, either maybe 1 or either maybe 100. Okay, so that is things we have to learn. Okay, as you can see right now, using this things called, we have done this things called that is called a write text file. Okay, so if you check this things called write text file, that is the path C users Naveen PC documents data in calculator output. So cal output, that things also we have written. So there we have written these things called display is equal to 7. Okay, so if you go for this particular place, we are getting these things called same name, that is called cal output. If you try to open, if you have to go for open with, we'll go for this things called notepad, and there I am going to check these things, we'll get the data. Okay, so why we are not getting this data? Because here we have not passed these things called the particular your variable. Okay, let me go for check these things, that is you have to pass these things called your this particular variable that is called attribute value. Okay, so let me go for tick here, that is the totally data is not available. We'll try to pass this things called attribute value, and then we'll try to go for run this particular program. Okay, so by default, I can show these things. If your calculator is open, it will try to go for close the your window. Let me go for run this program again. We'll try to go for run from here. Okay, so now it's done. It's done right now. Okay, so that application is already closed by Power Automate. We don't have any application right now. And if you check this things called file, so if you check this file, you have to go for open with, and right now we'll try to go for open with these things called notepad. So what we are getting right, guys, right now we are getting these things called display same 7. That same thing we got into this things called your particular message box. Okay, so like this way we can go for these things called automate any type of desktop application using these things called Power Automate, guys. Okay, so like this is the way we can go for create the program. Then that is the your overall this is your program. Okay, I will share these things called program also in this these things called description box. And if you want to learn all this video, you can check from these things called description one by one. We have already created these things called free tutorial for these things called Microsoft Power Automate. So one by one you can learn free of cost from these things called our tutorial. Okay, so there you can go for check and you can go for start. Okay, so guys, please try to subscribe our channel if that video is helpful for you guys. So please try to subscribe our channel and share with the friends. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Guys, thank you. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for joining session.